Welcome to Hoovie's Garage, the dumbest automotive channel in all of YouTube. And who am I kidding? I'm not Tyler Hoover. Hi, I'm Brian. You probably don't know who I am, and that's okay. I don't expect you to. And this isn't the subject of today's video, but it is important. You see, this is my first car. It's a 2013 Volkswagen Passat. It's a great car. It's reliable, low miles. It's a perfect, sensible car for someone who needs a car. But I'm a car guy, so I look at its underpowered inline 5 and its very plain exterior, it's very optionless interior, and I go, wow, that's boring. I'm a car guy. I want something fun and exciting and exotic. I don't want this. And that's where our story stops and present day begins, because this is my new car. This is a 2006 Dodge Magnum SRT8 wagon. And I didn't know it at the time, but I accidentally did become Tyler Hoover, because this is the cheapest Dodge Magnum SRT8 wagon in the country. I got this rare, decently low miles car with a rebuilt title on it, but not actually rebuilt, for only $11,000. $11,000! This thing is worth $19,000. That's an $8,000 deal, that's great. But I did get my money's worth. Actually, I'm gonna need to stop you there. Hi, present Brian here, I guess. Let me explain. Also, hi, welcome to the backseat of my Passat, because the Magnum is off back at the shop, but for good reason. I'm never in my backseat, I don't get the pleasure of finding a lip balm back here, which, don't know how old that is, but kind of gross. Basically, I'm a little lazy piece of shit, and I've been sitting on this footage for months. I filmed this April 16th of last year, 2023, and I'm filming this the day this goes up on YouTube, which is January 31st, 2024. So yeah, I've basically just been kind of sitting on this, and I thought, well, I'm coming up on the year of me owning this, so how about I do a sort of year in review? Also, because Tyler Hoover, his biggest video is still the year update on owning a V12 Mercedes S600 for a year that he bought for $6,500, I think. So it feels fitting if I'm making the analogy to tie it in together. Why not? Also, when I filmed this, and this is still technically baby's first video, because I did not have my facts straight, messed up a couple things, and I didn't know to do more than one take. I was like, oh, one and done, we're good. But that's not the case. Thank God my friend invited me on his film set, because I did not know what the hell I was doing here. But yeah, I'll pop back in at the end of the video to sort of update you on some stuff, because yeah, I missed some details here. And then also, again, film this back in April, so we've had time between now and then to figure out what else has gone wrong or gone good in the Magnum. So see you later. I'm a bit of a history fan, so how about a quick lesson? Dodge originally unveiled the Magnum during the 2004 auto show circuit in SRT8 guise. You got the same big wheels, big bulging fenders, the car was painted a dark gray, and was meant to show off what vehicles could be built on Chrysler's LX platform that was debuting, that was coming out, with the Magnum being the first car. The Magnum didn't appear in showrooms till 2005, and we didn't get the SRT8 model until 2006. My specific car was built up in Northampton, Canada, as all of them were. Mine came from February 06 and is finished in beautiful Inferno Red Crystal Pearl, except for this mirror. This is Brilliant Silver. And this mirror, and some of the other visual issues with this car, are why I got it so cheap. And here's what makes an SRT8 an SRT8. This is Dodge 6.1 liter Hemi V8 that was only offered in SRT8 models such as the Magnum, the Charger, the Challenger, and Jeep. Why not get an SRT8 in your Jeep? Now, me getting my Magnum was a combination of good timing and the condition of the car itself. The guy who was selling it owns a business transporting cars, and one of his rigs wasn't passing inspection. He needed something new, he didn't have the money, something had to go, and someone had to pick it up. Now, for the condition of the car, the thing is that it is a rebuilt title, but it actually hasn't been rebuilt. It was actually vandalized, and the insurance company decided to write it off as a rebuilt title. Why? Don't look at me. Go ask someone who knows about titles. Ed Bullion, he's got that great video about that. You should watch that one. I learned a good amount from that one. The car has been keyed to hell. Every panel has something on it. Whoever keyed it did very thorough work. I have to recommend them on that. if there's ever been a car that looks like it's been in a knife fight, this is one here. Everything has some sort of damage on it. Some are real deeper than others. It's not looking too good. They also smashed in the passenger window and they knocked off the passenger mirror, and that's why it's a very Audi-esque silver mirror. You join me in the interior of the Magnum for the other reason why this car was so cheap, what went wrong with it, and what it cost to fix it. And let me tell you, the Magnum, it was a bit of a catfish. You know, I go on the test drive, everything's great, everything works, it's just bellissima. And then, you know, I guess it was just like a summer fling, because as soon as I get it home, pops a check engine light on. So that's great. Go to the local mechanic. It's due for an oil change too, so we get that done as well. But that sets me back $513.70. That's a good chunk of change. And the issue is not fixed. We still have the check engine light on. The guy, he does all the testing, he thinks it's the valve seals. Great, that's expensive. We've taken it to a guy who we think's gonna be cheaper, and that is $2,800. So, you know, we're rocking about $3,300 right now. And you know what happens? I am on the highway the next day, not even 24 hours after I pick it up. I am driving down the highway, going to a car show, and I throw out my differential. I go to overtake a slow-moving Audi, go in the pass lane, might have gone foot to the floor, I'm not going to deny it, but yeah, gearing's all messed up in that, and that's $1,900, which is, that's fun. So I do all that, and then it's a little bit later, suddenly I need a new oil pressure switch. In these cars, I do go out about 80,000 miles. I've got 86 and a half on here, so it's time. That's understandable. That's 125. That's fine, whatever. And now I'm due for both my cam and my crank sensor, and that, without any sort of coupons or anything, is $652. So we're sitting at, I don't know, $6.5 grand. I don't want to count it because that's money coming out of me. That hurts. It's sad. I don't like it. And, that's not the end of it. The engine's got its issues, which is fine, but I got stuff in here too. Let's see. My automatic lights don't work. The dash lights up, those don't work. This doesn't close. That vent's broken and this is falling off. This clip doesn't work. One of my speakers back there is busted. The mirror control and the lights and the windows are falling into the door over here. It's like, what the hell isn't wrong with this thing? But, I guess it sort of has its perks. Like, if maybe your car's really dirty, like you need to clean it, you can just pop the vent off over here, and you can clean your cabin air filter in there or something like that. You can also rip off the frickin' foam. So yeah, like I said, the car's got to go in again for the cam and the crank sensor, which is fun. I also ordered a replacement belt buckle since one just refuses to work. So that's here and that's good to go. And then I also ripped out my dipstick. So we're going to see if that can get put back in too. So car's got to go in for more work, but what else do you expect when you buy a 17-year-old car? So that was my 2006 Dodge Magnum SRT8 wagon. If you want a cool car, definitely check it out more. Do your research. Don't be me. Or maybe play it safe and get a Miata. Just know what you're getting into. But if you can go after one, go after it. If you can afford it and you have the time and the willpower to take care of a aging cool car like this, I'd say go for it. Because you know what? You're going to make great memories in cars like this. And you're going to have a lot of fun. Oh, and I'll leave you with this. Hey, you're actually getting left with me real quick. Let me update you. First things first, because I just did the research before this video, mine still is the cheapest in the country. Again, got it for $11. It's worth $19. Haven't seen any that are worth less than $19. Just quickly checking before filming this. Specifically, mine was worth $19.4 when I got it. Obviously, it's been about 6,000 or 7,000 miles since I got it, so I'm sure it's lost a couple $100 there. But otherwise, yeah, mine still is the cheapest, at least running and driving. I haven't found any non-running and driving ones, but I'm sure there's one out there for $4 or $6 grand that's a part out. Secondly, small bit, don't actually have automatic headlights in the Magnum. That was not an option. I actually have daytime running lights that you can choose to put on. I just never saw them light up because they're built into the indicators. So I was kind of why doesn't this work? And it's because I didn't have anything like to reflect it off to see that, oh, those aren't actually automatic lights, you dumbass. One thing that I did cover that I had to cut was my initial commentary on my engine, because I did not like it. The Magnum does have some extra minor modifications. We've got aftermarket exhaust, performance ignition coils, a different air intake, and an upgraded throttle body as well. Finally, I guess the last thing to talk about would be how the Magnum has been between then and now. And the answer is surprisingly well, seeing how things started out versus how things have been the past however many months. It did pass emissions with no issues. However, afterwards I went to Goodwill, and while I was there, the Magnum decided just to spontaneously vomit all of its coolant out on the Goodwill parking lot. So that was great. The other larger thing was the Magnum did die on me twice really quick in December. However, there's a sort of restart sequence you can do, and the car started up fine after that. So I'm not as concerned, but that did happen too. Finally, there are one or two other smaller things too. When you start the car up, sometimes the dials will die and they immediately jump back to their position. Not sure why. Also, there's been twice where my LCD screen for my sat-nav has just crapped the bed. It's something where starting it from like the on position instead of all the way down at start has fixed it, and also caused the problem at the same time. It's very weird, but it has given me more issues since November, so we're still kicking, you know. To be honest, it is still kind of scary to drive it, just because there's always something that goes wrong. It's always in the back of your mind, but I still love the thing so much. It's like it's truly my favorite thing I think I've ever owned. I love that car a lot. I cannot lie. But yeah, that's how I'm doing right now. That's how life's going for me. Hope you do well, and I'll actually leave you with this. Hopefully see you next time.